Guys, deluded, I'm back again. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on your time zone. Obviously, it's a calm Tuesday evening. Liverpool and I was about to say United there. City are playing right now. Um, but I love you guys so much. I'm gonna miss a bit of the game. Hopefully, no more than 20 minutes, just to deliver you guys a couple bits of entertainment, innit? Or for you hating ass guys, you click the dislike button. You do what you gotta do. Yeah, man. So where should we start? In this vid, I might as well just preview Arsenal versus Newcastle. So yeah, we know in that game it's a dead rubber of sorts. Newcastle, not for us really. We might as well start on Newcastle to be fair. Newcastle, they're 10th, I believe, at this moment in time in the vid, of making this vid. Now, Newcastle were earmarked for relegation. First half of the season or so, they were losing dumb games, and then they bucked up their ideas of late. Even sometimes towards the end of the year, they were losing games. Like, I'm not to dig out United or nothing, but there was the United game. I believe United beat them, and I'm so sure Jose and all United fans were angry at the way the team played, even though they won. But United beat them, but the performance didn't warrant losing. Obviously, it did, Carl. They lost and the better team won, or whatever. That's just, what happens at the end of the day. But they bucked up their ideas. So to finish in the top 10 in the league after being some certain people's certainty to go down, credit has to go to Rafa Benitez, the players, and what doesn't get said enough, the fans, to be honest with you, because them Newcastle fans have been through a lot. They're still going through a lot, and they stick, one thing's for certain, they stick by their team. They don't snake it. They might not support regimes and what certain things that are going down, but yeah. And we know, to be honest, Arsenal, Newcastle, it's been a beaky game of recent years. Shout out to Newcastle 2 seasons ago when they beat Spurs on the last game of the season. That's when Arsenal should have bucked up their ideas. But we've had our own mad games there. 2011, I remember, was that the year Spurs were literally going to beat us the top four, and we beat Newcastle. I was scared that game. I'm so sure Koscielny scored that, and I've said that before. We all remember the 4-4. So yeah, it's an away game as well. We're coming to the closing stages of the season, but again, like we've been here season after season, away form hasn't been there. It's what makes the difference. It's what gets you top four. It's what gets you the league. I've said this many a times in many vids throughout the season. I don't need to expand other than that. We're merely playing for pride, simply just for feeling good on a Sunday afternoon, knowing the man them in the group chat or your friends or your brothers or whoever can't stress you and remind you that your team is playing dead. That's all that Arsenal are playing for, really. Our focus is firmly on the Europa League. Every egg is in one basket, and if you're an Arsenal fan, I mean, weirdly, I'm a bit more optimistic than I'd usually be, but crunch time is coming, man. Hopefully we get past CSK. We've done the job in the first leg. When we progress, we have to see we get. But back onto this, yeah, that's who we're playing. That's what we're playing for. Now, what else have I got? I don't think there's. See, this is what I'm saying. There's nothing. There's nothing really else more to add to that in regards to the two teams. To be honest, all you can really expand is like the likes. Like I've said, their players are playing well. You're seeing Shelby putting in performances. Perez, you saw him last week against. They played Leicester, I believe. Forgive me if I'm wrong. No, they didn't play Leicester because Leicester beat someone. Leicester played. Leicester played, they won. But yeah, they've been playing well, man. Perez and all these guys have been playing decent, so we can't take it for granted. Me personally, yeah, I just want to win the game, to be honest with you. A part of me, even though I know the season's dead, a part of me, I don't know if it's the football purist, the coach in me, just, I don't believe there's no game that there's nothing to play for, and I'm a hypocrite because I sit here and say that, guys. But you get what I'm saying. Wenger's made a big point of fatigue and all of these things in regards to the running that we've been facing both in our dead rubber domestic campaign and the Europa League. Now, we would have played midweek by the time we play Newcastle. Hopefully everyone gets through that unscathed. But we would have played Newcastle, and we would have played CSK in the second leg at this moment in time. Well, by the time we play on Sunday. So, with that being said, is he going to rest players, or is he going to put out a strong team to respect the opposition, to feel good factor? And like I said, is he going to give the young players chances, which I've been calling for and some of you have, or are we going to get a mixture of the two? So, yeah, man, he's made a massive point of fatigue. I mean, how you can blame fatigue on Mustafi doing that nonsense and trying to stitch up check, I personally don't understand. But, yeah, man, like, even it's interesting because I don't know if he can afford to play a strong team in both games, because the CSK game, on one hand, I've said myself we need to see out the game, but by that same logic, I'm pretty sure CSK need to score 3. I'm sure if worse comes to worse, Arsenal will score 1, and that's an away goal. So and that's an away goal, so it'll be beyond them. So do you play the young players, let them, the ones that have been low in the Europa League, that were there in the opening stages, the likes of Reece Nelson, Willock, them man there that were playing when we were playing Ostersund, and obviously I don't know if they were literally playing, but all of these sides, do you give them an opportunity in both games? Do you mix out the sides? Do you because we've seen Mkhitaryan injured and these guys aren't playing frequent that much, but we've seen Mkhitaryan injured. Do you play a weakened side against both sides, CSK and Newcastle? There's a lot to be said for the selection in both games, to be honest with you. So with that being said, there's nothing else to add but the lineup. So where have I put my lineup now? Oh, there it is. So yeah, obviously if we win, we can close the gap on Chelsea after their draw with West Ham. Watford, Bournemouth, depending on their goal difference as well, could overtake. So we've got every reason to want to win. I mean, could overtake Newcastle. So they've got every. Let me just say that again. Watford and Bournemouth, depending on their goal difference, could overtake our opponents in Newcastle. So Newcastle have every reason for wanting to beat us, to be honest with you. So without that being said, without nothing more to be said, we might as well talk about the lineup, man. I'm going to go with, personally, I've got Cech, if he's fit. Again, hopefully everyone gets through CSK unscathed, but Cech, Maitland-Niles at right back, because Bellerin, I'm assuming he's going to play on Thursday. He's another one that plays quite a lot of games, and he's spoken of how he doesn't need to rest his strap up his ankle, but he still might have ankle problems. So Maitland-Niles, he's had his own injury problems, but hopefully he'll come back into the straight. It's a chance to give him another opportunity. To be honest, I want to see Koscielny. Both games, I want to see Koscielny. I don't want to hear no acting. Enough more to be said. I've gone with Holding because I believe Mustafi, I'm going to play you against CSK to a degree because I don't know why, but I hold in the Premier League. I'll give Kola a chance if he's not given a chance against CSK. I've gone for Xhaka because he won't get spoken about, but he's one of the first names on the team sheet in current form, as is Aaron Ramsey. Mesut Ozil goes without saying. I'm going with Aubameyang and Lacazette, to be honest. And I'm going with Reece Nelson. But I can't lie to you guys. I want to get Eddie Nketiah in there somehow. Danny's went and scored 2 goals in the last Premier League outing. I don't know if he's going to get another run out against CSKA Moscow. There's a lot to be said. Do you know what? Nelson, to be fair, he didn't really... I love the guy, but let's be honest, he didn't really do a match. We can't expect him to do a... He's played before. It's not his first game, even though the papers were overhyping it. He didn't do anything of note, really. He had a good game, but it weren't nothing really mad. I think Eddie Nketiah, I'm referring to, if you don't know. He's steadily been working hard, scoring his goals, working on the things outside of just scoring, the movement. He's terrific in the channels. Technically excellent. He's always been strong, and he's not given that credit, but he's getting stronger as well. I'd like to see him given a run out, man, to be honest, on a little flank thing or something. Him, Aubameyang, Lacazette interchanging. Nketiah the last time as well, I know he got a couple minutes against Everton, and he's obviously scored the 2 goals against Norwich, but we just give man a chance. If there's nothing more to be said of this season, and there's been at least someone employed by this club to be a footballer, he's moving like a footballer, then man there should get chances. Obviously Willock's my guy, maybe a little bench thing, see what we can do there. But yeah, that would be my lineup. But I'm not really, admittedly, guys, sold on the strikers. They'll all play for me. I don't mean I won't play them, but you guys know me. Always be playing devil's advocate and that, man. But yeah, Newcastle on 38 points. 40 points is the holy grail of Premier League safety, allegedly. So they will have every reason to want to win, cement 10th place. Watford and Bournemouth down their heels, like I've said. From spoken of getting possibly relegated back to the Championship to finishing in the top 10, I'm sure that's a good season, to be honest with you. That's a good turnaround. So yeah, man. Obviously, hopefully these players get through the midweek game unharmed and things like that. But yeah, guys, deluded, I'm out.